Welcome to the daily market outlook. So, as we know, we look out for zones that have the best opportunities to buy and sell. We look out for the zones that have the highest risk to reward. For the sake of those who are new, let us take less than a minute to explain candlesticks. As you can see, price rallying up with a cluster of green candles. These green candles signify buying pressure. While right here, as you can see, this cluster of white candles rallying down, they signify selling pressure. And a candle that is neither green or white, like this candle right here, it signifies indecision in the market. So let us keep one concept in mind. The market buys to sell and the market sells to buy. Why does the market do this? The market does this because forex trading is a zero-sum game. So for some to make money, some must lose money. So for the buyers to make money, sellers on the other side have to lose money. Likewise, for the sellers to make money, buyers on the other side have to make money. And liquidity and trap zones, these are also support and resistance in the market, because you need to know that at these zones we have the most aggressive buyers and sellers. We have the most rigid buyers and sellers. We have the most stubborn buyers and sellers. These zones are located in swing highs or lows, daily highs or lows, weekly highs or lows, monthly highs or lows, yearly highs or lows, as follows. So back to the topic of the day. So now on USDCHF, we are going to be using the weekly chart for our analysis, as the weekly chart gives room for clarity and just 6 candles make a day. So we can see at the opening of the Asian session, we have a sell candle closing the Asian session at the perfect place that we want, which is the low of the day, which signifies that the buyers are in danger. So we expect this low to be taken out for more sellers to take positions, so the buyers can manipulate and break the high of the day, break the structure up and ride the trend further up with 1 or 2 candles. The Asian session is right here. Let us mark it in a red box for those who don't. So that is the Asian session there in this red box. So we expect this London candle to break this low and break this high, so we can conclude that the US dollar will rally further up. On USD JPY, we can also see a sell candle closing the Asian session at the perfect zone we want, which is the low of the day. So liquidity is already taken out. Most sellers are already manipulated to take position. So by the close of the London, we'll be expecting price to break this structure, so we can conclude that the US dollar will continue to increase in value against the Japanese yen. On the Euro USD, we have a sell candle closing the Asian session at the high of the day, which is an imperfect zone, and we are not going to be keeping an eye on that pair. AUD USD, we also have a sell candle at the high, which means that the buyers are not in which means that the sellers are not in danger. So seeing a sell candle at the high, it signifies that the sellers are not in danger. So we ignore such zones. That is the beauty of the market mechanics. You know the zones to ignore and the zones to give attention to. On GBP USD, we can see a resistance being created here, which means that the sellers are strong for today. So we expect the low of the day to be broken, the structure to be broken, so the Great Britain pound can weaken against the US dollar. On AUD JPY, we can see that at the high of the day and even at the low of the day, we do not. Let me zoom in further. At the low of the day, we have a sell candle, so we expect the buyers to break the high of the day and for the Aussie to value against the Japanese yen. Right here NZD USD, we have a sell candle at the high of the day, which is not a good zone. We don't look out for this zone. Euro JPY, we have a sell candle at the low of the day. We have more sellers being manipulated to take position, so we expect this candle to close as a bullish candle, one or two break the structure and break the high of the day, so we can conclude that the euro would value further up against the Japanese yen. On USD card, you can see we have the perfect candle at the low of the day. We have the sellers at the low of the day. However, we expect this low to be taken out to induce more sellers and this structure to be broken, the high of the day to be broken for the US dollar to value further up. On gold, if you have been following us for a while, do this analysis on your own, but let me help out. You can see sellers at the low of the day, so we expect this to close as a buy candle, break this structure, break this high, and for gold to rally further up. Right here, you can see liquidity being taken, so we expect this structure to be broken, by this candle, one or two, and then silver should also rally further up. On GG, this is a similar pattern to Euro JPY, so we expect this candle to close as a bullish candle, break the high of the day, and rally further up. So from today's analysis, it seems like the US dollar pairs are attempting to gain value and strengthen. So by the end of the day, let's see how it plays out. Right here, we can see a strong support, so expect price to rally further up on USD CNH. On Bitcoin, we can also see a support being formed here. So you can see the BTC valuing against the US dollar. On GXY, this is not much of a move, as we expect this low to be taken out. This structure should be broken, the high of the day to be broken. And for okay, we are not using the okay. This is the 4 hour. You can see a sell candle at the low of the day, so we expect the low of the day to be broken. Liquidity should be taken and price should rally further up. As always, plan your trade your plan, and most importantly, manage your risk and emotions.